Hi everybody, it's Scott here from Everything Board Games. I'm going to do my first video of one of the things I picked up at Origins. One of the things I was looking forward to, and it's from one of my favorite games. If you watch the haul video, the Origins wrap-up video, you know that it's one of my favorite games. And that is the expansion to Legendary X-Men. And we're going to go and take a look at some of the cards and see who's in this. We'll take a look at them and we'll go down to the table and see what it looks like. Alright, we're going to look at Legendary X-Men. It's an expansion for Marvel Legendary. Take a look at some of the different cards that they have. See what you can expect. I already had time to sleeve these, so that's a good thing. I guess I should have had these out and ready before I started the video, but we will see. I'm not exactly up on X-Men as much as everybody else is, I'm sure, so some of these characters may be a little bit unfamiliar to me, but we will we'll get through it. A lot of old favorites though in here as well. I'll just pick out a few that we'll take a look at. The first one we'll take a look at is Cannonball. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is one of the playable heroes. Well, I mean, you don't play as them, you know how the game works. It's one of the heroes in Marvel Legendary, in Marvel Legendary X-Men anyway. So, that's Cannonball. We have Kitty Pryde. This particular card is Soaring Flight. Put a card from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck. You get attack equal to its cost, so this would be a good card to have if you needed a lot of attack. This is Bone Shattering Howl Banshee. As another, let's try and get this glare off the screen. That's another card that's available to play as, you know, hero. Go into your hero deck. Polaris, another card. Psylocke, she's somebody I remember from the comics. Phoenix, this is after Jean Grey changed. Got all those extra powers. We have X-23, which I'm not sure, so don't crucify me. I think this is the little girl from the Wolverine movie that we just saw, all grown up. And I believe that is her. It's, in some of the other ones, she has the two claws that come out just like the one did in the movie. But that's X-23. Fury Furry Beast, he has Berserk. These are just one of the cards, you know, from each set. This is by no means indicative of the entire one. This is Longshot. I believe this is the guy that's really lucky, and he's kind of like a, you know, what would you liken him to? Probably Deadshot in DC. This is Legion, who I am not too familiar with, so I'm sure if some of you know it, then you'll know who this is, but I am not. Jubilee, from some of the, I believe she was a member of X-Force. Again, don't crucify me, I don't know all my comic book history, but hopefully you can see these cards in here. And we have Havoc. And this card is Concussive Plasma. And they have new X-Gene. It's one of the new mechanics of the game. Then we have the Dazzler. There's quite a few different new henchman villains. We have the Hellfire Club. is one of the new henchman villains. We have the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. That is another villain. Put these things back where they go. Won't have so much cleanup after the video. Dark Cyclops villain for Shadow X. It's one of their villain cards. They also have Dark Marvel Girl. They have Betrayal of the Shadow, whatever that may be. I do look forward to playing this. Like I said, it's hard to... Another villain from Dark X, it's Shadow Beast. Let's see what else we got here. We have... Murder World. There's several cards from that. Hellfire Club villain as well, as well as there's a henchman deck of those. This is Sisterhood of Mutants villain. There's some cards in here that I have not, and I kick myself for not reading the instructions, but henchman villain the Brood. Make sure we get the shine off the card so you guys can see it. Several Brood cards. Then I actually have ships that are villains. The Shi'ar Patrol Craft, and there's several of those. Shi'ar Death Commandos. I think that's a henchman villain. If I'm reading it right. And then we have different masterminds. There is Deathbird. There is Dark Phoenix Mastermind. There is Mojo. He's a mastermind in this. There is the Shadow Ring, the mastermind in this game. As always, the artwork on these is gorgeous. So we have Onslaught, which is a mastermind in this game. Maya, shush. The Dark Phoenix Saga is a mastermind scheme. There's all kinds of new schemes, all kinds of new. There's even new bystanders. New Mutants Cypher is a bystander. So there's quite a bit of new stuff in here. Quite a bit of stuff that will spice up your game. Hopefully it's something you might enjoy. If you're like me with this game, you're going to have all the extra packs, and I do. And sadly, I wish I could get it to the table more. I wish there were more people who enjoyed deck builders in my family, at least Legendary Marvel. But hopefully I gave you an overview of some of the cards, some of the things that are in it. There are some new tactics and new keywords like X gene. It means if you have a symbol, you get 2 more attack. You can use the X gene's ability if you have specified kind of card in your discard pile. They have Soaring Flight, which means when you recruit a hero, set it aside at the end of this turn, you can add it to your hand as a new card. Light Show, which is you get 3 attack once per turn if you played at least 2 Light Show cards this turn. You can use a single Light Show ability from any of those cards. Piercing Energy is a new ability. You can fight a villain or mastermind by spending Light Show points equal to that enemy's printed victory points value. Berserk means discard the top card of your deck and get attack equal to the discarded card's printed attack. So if the discarded card gives you 2 attack, then you just count 2. Some cards say Berserk, Berserk, Berserk. You discard 3 cards in a row. Some cards say things like Berserk X gene, you get +1. You do the card abilities in order, so Berserk might discard a tech card from your deck, letting you use your X gene ability. Human Shields. It represents enemies hiding behind innocent people to prevent heroes' attacks. It means the villain captures the top 2 cards of the bystander's deck face down, and you can't fight a villain while it has human shields. So I'm not sure exactly how you would go about getting those human shields out of there. It says here you can, during your turn, any number of times you can pay attack equal to the villain's attack value to rescue one of its human shields. So, that looks like it's going to make it even harder. And then the last one that they have on here is Dominate. And that is put those heroes from under this enemy. The enemy gets +1 attack for each hero it's dominating. So, okay, so I had a camera battery die when I was finishing up the X-Men. Just wanted to give you my final thoughts. It's basically more of the same. Artwork's great. Some different keywords that change the gameplay up a little differently, but if you like the main game and the core game, you're going to love this. So I would suggest if you're a completionist like I am, or even if you enjoy the game, that you take and go out and pick yourself up this a copy of this. I believe it comes out in a couple weeks. I don't know. We were able to get it at Gen Con, or not Gen Con, Origins for the first time. So, I'm going to go ahead and give Legendary X-Men thumbs up, and go out and get yourself a copy, and as always, keep gaming.